Hi guys, Bomber here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be starting off a new series which will be revolving around the campaign mode, and I'll be showing you the best decks to get all the chapters done one by one, with the bonus battle also, and if possible I'll try to get you the cheapest deck slash the most budget friendly deck, but if not possible I'll just show you the best decks that worked for me and which will hopefully get you the wins done faster and in the most reliable way. So, as the bonus battle requirement is just to not use any retries on the Grandmaster difficulty, we do not have so much restrictions on deck building. And so for that reason we can go for the best deck and also the cheapest one if possible. And so for that reason we went for a very simple deck, but that is still pretty effective. And it is the Bounty LISTRATA. And so for that reason we run Spice Route and Trading Company to generate food as usual. Then we'll try to convert that, also 2 copies of Trade Company. We'll then convert that food into gold thanks to the Merchant Guild, and hopefully do the Vintner combo by translating all of our golds into food again, and then replay another Merchant Guild to just ramp up pretty quickly on gold and food all together. And also we run 2 copies of Loan to just get the Merchant Guild earlier, and also try for the first turn Trade Company to just start off really fastly our food production, which is really crucial. And also we have Militia as a way to board control a bit, and also as an alternative win condition. If we just have a bunch of food but not any gold, it will be difficult, but more probably if we do not restock the bounty, so is Militia easier to just as an alternative bounty, which also has a little bit of board control early on. It's a little bit more versatile in that sense. And also again the bounty itself, which is our main win condition. A way to play this deck could also be to just stall the game out and just get crazy amounts of food and heal up all the way up to 99, and then just wait up to go for the infinite, and then wait to bounty or Militia to restock, and then just finish our opponent. So, the first match is all the 3 of them at the start are really simple. We just want to start with the Trade Company or the Spice Route, as I said already, and so we go ahead and grab a loan to just get the Trade Company as fast as possible, and then we'll pass. The second card to search for is the Merchant Guild, when we have around 10 or so food. And also with this deck the Obol Cornucopia is the best, and then there are the Wishing Coins and the Diviner Charms and all of the good coins, but if you don't have any of them, the deck should work fine also. So then we'll pass. We are already at half the food we need to just start the Merchant Guild combo, and so that's fine. So we'll wait for the loan to return to our deck so that we can redraw it and then grab a Merchant Guild next turn, hopefully. So right now you see that our opponent is starting to rush us a bit, but we don't need to worry too much about it because it's just 4 damages per turn, and we are close enough to clear all his stuff when we restock a bounty or a Militia. So we restock the bounty and also we redraw the loan, so we can go for the Merchant Guild combo. And as you have seen, we are pretty close to die here, but this deck is all based around getting the damage in on the first turn, but then getting all of them back in 1 turn only. We could say it's an OTK deck. And so first of all we'll play the Merchant Guild just to try and redraw it thanks to the Trade Company. We did not redraw it, so we try again by buying the Spice Route. We redraw a Trade Company and we then redraw the Merchant Guild, so we go ahead and play that. And right now we are pretty close to be killing him, or at least clearing up his board. So I'll go ahead and play a bounty. And we are still pretty far away to killing him, but we can stabilize in this situation and heal back a bit to actually be safe, and then we'll pass and just wait another turn until he dies. So a pretty passive turn, and we'll pass. So right now he's restarting to remake his board up, but we just need some good draws and we are ready to go. So always get the Merchant Guild first if you have it on bank, so that you increase your chances of redrawing it. And also if you have a spell card, and by spell I mean the ones that you re-put into your deck after you play them, it's always better to play them from the bank first, because you increase your hand size, and so all the draw that comes after that have an increased chance to not pull a coin, which are bad, as I always say. And so we did not redraw the Merchant Guild, but I think we are still fine and just have enough gold to kill him, and so GG. So, going against our second opponent, we have the same Regent Ashkar, but with food this time, and so it will be an ally deck. But still, we don't need to worry too much about that. And as always, the first cards to cheer for are the Spice Route or the Trade Company if you have a loan on bank. And since we do not have the loan, we'll start by the Spice Route instead, and then we'll pass. So right now it's a pretty slow starting bank, and so we just need to grab the loan, and so for that reason I'll just pass by not buying anything from our bank, because we then increased our chance to restock a loan, and in fact we did. And it's always nice because I say now I will redraw these or restock that, and they always do, so I'm pretty lucky, but that's fine. So we'll go ahead and grab an early Merchant Guild so that we can increase our chances to redraw it. And in fact we did redraw it. And so we'll play the Merchant Guild, and then we need to clear a bit of his board, because he has a pretty threatening board, not too much, but on the early turns it's pretty important that we clear our opponent's board. Then on the later stages of the game we can ignore them a bit. And so since we always will be searching for a bounty in our deck, we'll grab it earlier, and then we'll just wait to redraw it, and so we'll keep it in our pocket to use it when we need to. And so we'll pass. There is no reason to put a Vintner in, because he would have killed it with the bounty, and so not a big advantage by doing that. And so we'll go ahead and also grab a loan to just get another Trade Company and increase our hand size, and hopefully redraw the Merchant Guild, but we did not, but we did redraw the bounty. And we'll keep it into our hand to just use it when we'll redraw the Merchant Guild. Also, we'll put a Militia in just to mitigate a bit of damages, and also to oblige our opponent to clear it in a way, and so in fact he did with the Militia. So right now, if we redraw the loan, it would be nice, but we do not, and so that's fine. And also we don't have a way to clear our opponent's board, but we will clear the Militia, because I will not want to risk a Vintner getting food and then converting that food into attacks thanks to the Militia, and so clearing that threat is always nice. And so in fact we see that we are pretty close to die, and so it was a good move. So right now, as said, it's always go for the Merchant Guild first, and then go for the spells if available on bank beforehand, to actually increase your hand size. Right now we can't we can't kill our opponent, and so we'll just try to get the Vintner to redraw the Merchant Guild, and we did not, but we have the gold available to clear our opponent's board, and so we'll go ahead and do that. We did still not redraw anything, and so we'll just play all our coins and pass, and also heal a bit, because I don't want to risk getting killed thanks to his bounty or stuff like that. So right now we just play the Trade Company in hope to redraw something, and we did not, but that's fine, we'll just pass as we are still safe. So right now the Militia is fine, because we can always have that alternative win condition if we did not redraw anything. And in fact we did not redraw anything, but we did proc the Diviner Charm, and so we redraw the Trade Company, which also redrew the Vintner. And right now, if the militia does not retaliate, we are very close to lethal. But first I prefer to play the bounty, because if the militia just retaliates, there is no... If I attack and the militia retaliates, there is no point into attacking, so the bounty first is better. And in fact, he did retaliate, so that's unfortunate. We'll play the trade company just because we want to have a coin into our bank. Into our hand pocket, and so we'll also heal back a bit because we are pretty safe on the food amount, but we will not risk to die for his the bounty or stuff like that. So we'll play the merchant guild first, then the merchant guild we have in our bank. And so right now we are very close to killing him, and so I'll play first the militia, because if it does not retaliate, it's lethal, and so it did not retaliate, and so GG. And so, in our final match, we are up against, again, the Urgent Ashkar, but with the skulls instead of the food. So it's like playing against all the Vespitole starting heroes. And so, as said, as always, start by playing the Spice Route or a nearly Loan into a trade company. But we did not restock the trade company, and so we'll go for the Spice Route instead. And right now, I don't want the loan to be put back from our bank, and so we'll just buy it to actually get a merchant guild early on, when we have the gold available, so next turn. So right now, I'll first get the loan, and then play the merchant guild, and then play the Spice Route to actually increase my chances to redraw the merchant guild. And against the campaign, probably it was not the best move to do, but since you can always retry to do the campaign, and if you do not reach the bonus battle, you should try to get the best action possible if you get lucky enough. Because you can always retry. Instead, on the bonus battle, maybe you will commit a bit less, sorry, and try to get the best move possible every time. So right now we'll go for another merchant guild, as having two of them into our deck this early into the game is very nice. And right now we'll just, as said, risk it a bit and just play the loan to actually hopefully redraw something, and we did not, but that's fine. And so no need into clearing our opponent's stuff, even if the bounty and crown proc then killed the serf, but so no need to get the bounty, as he does not have a threatening board. But we need to worry about his spy network, and so we will clear our opponent's board if he gets a big one, but it's not the case right now. So we'll go ahead and grab the Winter first, because I like to put it on board and just oblige him to just clear it, and so spending a bit of his resources to actually not kill us. And then play the Spice Route to actually increase the chances to redraw something by increasing our end size. So for this, playing the Winter first is the best option. And then we'll pass, since we did not redraw anything. So right now we have a bit of loans into play and also into our deck. And so we have a pretty big deck. So we'll go ahead and clear our courtesan, our opponent courtesan, because we do not want him to be that aggressive. So right now we finally redraw two merchant guilds, so that's very lucky for us. And we'll go ahead and grab and play the merchant guild into our bank first, because as I said, it's better if you first play the cards into your bank and then into your hand, so you increase your hand size as always. And I think we are pretty close to killing him, so we'll get the loan. So we restocked another one, and so the bounty should kill him, and so GG. So the bonus battle, as you see, is not continuous used, and so we did not use continuous, and so we'll go ahead and into the bonus battle. And so the bonus battle is again the Regent Ashkar, but with all of the powers we encountered before, but it's not such a threatening battle, because it does not have a grid deck, and so for that reason we can't worry too much about it. So as always, start by playing the Spice Route and or the Trade Route, and start by getting some food done. Also clear the Bureaucrat if you can, because the Bureaucrat is pretty strong against those decks that wants to get as many resources as possible, and so it's a very counter for our deck, but we are still fine. And also we'll go ahead for a early loan because we want to get the merchant guild faster, and so we'll wait just for one turn to grab it. And also you see that right now the militia is crucial because we can convert a food to just clear this alley, which is pretty nice, and so we'll go ahead and do that, but after playing the merchant guild first, so that we actually get one into our deck to redraw. And so we go ahead and use the militia attack. Also, that's a misplay because I didn't think the wishing coin would activate, and if I knew it would activate, I should obviously play the wishing coins and use the magic instead of the food that we need for the merchant guild. And so that's a bit of a misplay. And also I played the Vintner because the militia obliged our opponent to spend 2 skulls to kill the Vintner, and so we mitigate a bit of the pressure he could make on us. So right now I go for a loan, sorry, a merchant guild, and then a loan to just increase our hand size and hopefully gain another merchant guild and hopefully redraw another one, and we did, so that's very nice. And so we'll go ahead and grab another one. And right now we just need either to stall a bit and kill our opponent with the militia, or just to restock a bounty. We did not restock a bounty, but we gained a trade company to just increase our food production, and so we go ahead and grab that. Also, the Vintner right now is very important because we can convert all that gold that we are not using for the bounty since it's not restocking, to actually convert that gold into food that we can convert into attacks thanks to the militia. And so it's pretty nice. So right now we just clear the Vintner because we have magic available, and we did restock the bounty, so that's fine, and I think that's GG. So always go for the merchant guild first, but it doesn't matter really much at this point because we can overkill really our opponent. Just see, all the luck is coming right now and we don't need it. And so GG. And so chapter done. So, as you have seen, this deck can definitely beat the first chapter with the bonus battle also, and I swear it was first time, so this deck is also pretty consistent, as the first try went for a win. And so it's also pretty simple to use, and also a very common one, which you can always play into multiplayer. This is the Merchant Guild, the Bounty LISTRATA, which is pretty common, and it's a very powerful deck also. And also it is pretty cheap. The only card which is a bit problematic is the Merchant Guild. If you just need to get the hero to 27 level, I think, to get it maxed, but it's not important that you have all the cards maxed, in particular the Merchant Guild, because even at 12 and 13 cost it's fine. You just need to have 2 of them. The deck needs to be like this, maybe not fully maxed, but it has to have those cards. So, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it and find it useful. Be sure to leave down below a comment to let me know what you want to see in the next videos, and as always, see ya!